Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the Ark Society mission set on the Isle of SGAIL. And today we will be taking care of the best case scenario challenge pack, which entails about 4 or 5 challenges, I believe, for which we will get ourselves a homing briefcase. So the first challenge we're going to be taking care of will be another suitcase in another face for knocking out the 6 guards on the pier. We will get the baggage we carry for sniping Zoe Washington from the roof of the Citadel Tower. We will also get the curious case for Sophia Washington for blowing Sophia up in the security room. And finally, we will get the briefcase of Charles Dexter Ward for making a trip from the morgue to the crypt with a briefcase. All of these challenges involve a briefcase. So for this one, we're going to be bringing with us an remote explosive duck in a suitcase, our silenced pistol, a lockpick, and we have a silenced sniping rifle stored up at the morgue. So right from the start, off the bat, what we're going to do is retrieve our explosive duck, take out our silenced pistol. We're going to keep the empty briefcase with us. We're just going to make our way across the pier to the right, and then we should be just by a drum. And if we use instinct and aim, you can just see the fuse box on the side of the hut at the other end of the pier there. We're just going to wait for them guards to move away from the building, and then we're going to shoot the fuse box, and that's going to attract the attention of one of the guards inside the hut there. So we're going to run along the pier and over to the hut, just wait on the outside of the door here. One of the guards will leave, we're going to duck in behind him, close the door behind us, and throw our briefcase at the first guard. We're going to very quickly take his outfit, grab his body and dump him out of the window, and that will get us our first of the another case in another face challenges. We need to do this 6 times, and we need to throw the briefcase. You can't melee attack the guards. We also need to do this without being spotted, which is easier said than done when there's nowhere to hide. So once we've got all that done, we're going to collect up our briefcase and we're going to hide as deep into this corner where the bench is as possible. And when the returning guard comes in, who is an enforcer, hopefully won't see us, and if he doesn't, we can then launch our briefcase at his head and we can dump his body out of the window. So that's 2 down, 4 to go, and we now have our kill box. So once again, we're going to retrieve our briefcase, and this time we're going to wait for the 2 guards who move around, who are currently over on the pier area there. We're going to wait for them to come back to the hut, and they will both stand outside of the door. Now unfortunately, one of them seems to have heard something and has slowed things down somewhat. That will not be the first time this happens during these 4 or 5 challenges, and we do end up having to wait around quite a while for Sophia. So the guards are going to make their way back over here now, and once they're nicely in position, we're going to open the hut door, throw our briefcase against the wall, retrieve our briefcase and squeeze ourselves back into the corner. So the guard will come in, he will see the gun we've left on the floor, or moved slightly, and once he goes for that, we can then throw it, knock him out, and drag his body and throw him out of the window. And essentially all we're going to do now is rinse and repeat that one more time. So retrieve our briefcase once again, open the door, we're going to throw the briefcase at the wall. As you can see, the guard is already reacting to something else, but he has heard the briefcase. He is radioing that he's suspicious about something and that he's going to come into the hut to investigate. He will then see the gun on the floor along with all the keys and other guns, and again we're just going to throw our briefcase at his head, render him unconscious and dump his unconscious body into the ocean. So that is 4 down, 2 to go. So we're going to once again retrieve our briefcase. We're also going to pick up one of these guns, and what we're going to do now is make our way out of the hut and around to the left, where we'll find a couple of little boats. We're going to drop our gun on the floor behind the boats, throw our briefcase at the boats, retrieve our briefcase, make our way back into the hut and back into the corner, and essentially one of those 2 guards will come over to investigate the noise. He will spot that gun and he will collect it to bring it in here for the weapons crate. Come on mate, walk a bit faster. So here he comes now. So we're just going to launch the briefcase at his head before he looks in this direction. Grab his body and throw him out of the window. Getting a very serious sense of deja vu here. So 5 down, 1 to go. So we're going to retrieve our briefcase. And we're going to again exit the hut, throw our briefcase against the 2 little boats, and this time we're going to retrieve our briefcase and wait right here. Although you could use the gun trick once again if you felt so inclined. Essentially this guard's going to come around to investigate, and we're just going to follow him around the boats, get behind him, launch our briefcase at his head, and we're going to hide his body in the sea. And that will get us the another case, another face challenge. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to replace our suit, just because it will get us past a few of these other guards who will be enforcers to us without any risk. So from there we're going to make our way up to the main entrance, and like we would do in most of the normal missions, we're going to make our way up the drain pipe to the gatehouse. We're going to plug ourselves up against the gatehouse door, pull out our silenced pistol, open the door, and when the guard moves away from between us and the surveillance system, we can then line up our shot and take out all of the cameras. This is not strictly necessary for this mission, you only have to avoid 1 camera really, but we may as well take them all out while we're here. So with the surveillance system now eradicated, we're going to descend back down to the main entrance, and we're going to make our way over to the chapel area, where we once again will acquire ourselves a guard's outfit. And the reason I changed back into my suit is because I want the suit at this location for when we exit. Although you could just come straight in here. And what we're going to do now is badly time our run into the crypt. So we're just going to hide behind the sarcophagus here. And when the guards finish their conversation and when the smoking guard turns around to walk away, we will grab the gun from the sarcophagus and we will drop it on the floor on our way out through the exit behind us.
Then I got this huge outdoor jacuzzi for them and they shut the
So the guard's going to move away now. As soon as he's got his back turned, we're going to grab the gun. We're going to drop the gun just on the floor about here, and we're going to plug ourselves up behind the wall. And when the guard comes back to the sarcophagus, he will see that gun and he will move in to take the gun away. And when he gets near us, we can then subdue him from around the corner, hide his body in the crate provided, and get ourselves a nice fresh outfit. So start smashing the subdue button as he approaches the wall. We're going to render him unconscious, put him in the crate provided, and we're going to take his outfit. So our next stop now will be the morgue area, where we have a sniping rifle stashed up. So we're just going to run all the way there, not forgetting about the 2 ARC guards who patrol the area. So unfortunately I called them at a bad point, and I'm just going to hide in the tall grass here until they've gone past. And then we can continue on around to the morgue area. We're going to duck down in the tall grass. We're going to lockpick our way into the morgue. And in here we will find 3 guards and the mortician and the Janus robes, which we will need later on. So while we're here, we're going to take care of all of these people. So we're going to turn off the fuse box on the wall, turn it back on, and that will attract the attention of one of the occupants of the room. And when they come to investigate, we can then render them unconscious. Grab the gun that the guard drops, drag his body into the storage room next door, and then just rinse and repeat that 3 more times. So there we go, there's Mortician and the final guard. We're not going to worry about dragging the final guard anywhere, we're just going to drop him where he is, take his outfit, drop the assault rifle we have, make our way into the storage room where we'll find a briefcase, and this briefcase contains our sniping rifle. So from here we're going to make our way right up to the very top of the Citadel Tower, and when we're at the top here we're just going to drop our briefcase on the floor. We'll come back for that in a moment. We're going to acquire ourselves one of the ARC guards outfits, and the one patrolling just outside the doors will do. Now at this point we need to start timing our little run a little bit better here. So once we've got the Archean guard unconscious, we're going to drag his body into the stairwell, and we're going to take his outfit, and then we're going to lockpick our way into the Constance Tower, and we have to make our way upstairs past the butler, who will be an enforcer, and one of the Archean guards on the upper floor, who will be also an enforcer. So with the second patrolling guard at the front entrance with having his back to us, we're going to quickly lockpick the door, make our way inside as long as the butler isn't looking towards the staircase. If he's in a position where he's not looking at the staircase, we're free to just run straight up the stairs, straight into the bathroom and out the window, so that the enforcer upstairs doesn't see us either. And then we can make our way up onto the roof, and from here we can now get a nice clear view of Zoe Washington. So we're going to retrieve our sniping rifle, and we're just going to wait here for Zoe Washington to arrive, and when she does we can take her out with the sniping rifle, and that will get us the baggage we carry challenge.
One target down. Nice work, 47. Next up, Sophia Washington.
So once the challenge is popped for us, we can then descend back down, and we need to make our way back past the enforcer on the next floor down and the butler. So we're just going to run straight past the enforcer, and we're going to pause halfway down the stairs to see where the butler is. He has his back to us, so we're going to run straight for the door. You can hear the gunshots from the guards downstairs, but they're ineffective at this range. We're going to make our way directly into the main castle building, past the big Buddha head and onto the stairwell opposite, and we're going to go down one flight of stairs, and here we're going to take out our explosive duck, and we're going to place our duck on the floor just by the banisters here. But as you can just see, taking out Zoe Washington has triggered a lockdown, and it does interfere with our plans somewhat. So basically Sophia Washington and the Constant and their entourage of guards are all running around in a panic. So we're going to abort laying down our duck for the moment, and we're just going to wait here for everybody to go back into their normal routines. Now unfortunately, when everybody does go back into their normal routine, Sophia Washington goes back to her routine at the point where she would have just gone down these stairs. So we've got to now wait for her to go through her entire routine before she comes back this way. So we're just going to drop our duck on the floor. Now unfortunately, the lady at the top of the stairs there has noticed that. Sometimes she doesn't see it and sometimes she does. I'm just being spotted by an armed guard through the stairs. So once those guards are no longer interested in us, I'm going to place the duck on the floor. Nice and careful like. Just over here, out of sight of everyone except Sophia Washington. She will come along and she will see that duck. So we're just going to stand at the top of the stairs here and we're going to admire this painting over here of this lady who looks like she's from the 18th century, possibly 17th. So we've just located Sophia downstairs. So like I said, she's got to go through her entire routine before she'll get to this stairwell. So when she's finally upstairs and heading this way, and there she is with her bodyguard, she will make her way past the Buddha's head and down the stairs. She will see the rubber duck and she will pick the rubber duck up and put it in her pocket. So we now have a concealed rubber duck about to enter into the security room. So all I'm going to do now basically is make my way behind the Hyperborean room area, just where the security room door is, or one of the security room doors. There is another entrance, and the other entrance is the one that Sophia will use. So we're just going to wait here for Sophia to go through her routine once again, and she will make her way up into the restricted area. And once she's been in the main room there, you can see her, she will make her way into the room where the two guards are together, one of which is an enforcer. That's the security room. She's going to start talking to one of these guards and promptly explode. So there we
Both
go.
targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now to confront the constant.
So that is a curious case for Sophia Washington taken care of. And with that done, we're going to make our way back down the Citadel Tower stairwell into the morgue area, where we will find Janus's robes. We're going to put on Janus's robes. We already have a briefcase. So this challenge, basically all we have to do is get from the morgue to the crypt with the briefcase. And it's at this point we're going to have to kill a few people. So we're just going to wait outside the morgue in the grass for the guard to turn round. We're going to approach the funeral plateau. And we're going to use the grass all the way around the back of the plateau, or the plateau. And I'm going to wait right here. You can sneak past these two guards, but I wanted to wait them out. I kind of regret it because they were stood there for quite some time. I thought they would move off within a few moments, but they are finally moving away, so we can make our way through the grass to the stairwell at the back and down the stairs. And towards the ladder on the far side, we're going to pull out our silenced pistol and we're going to eliminate these three guards at the bottom of the ladder nice and quickly. We are then going to put away our silenced pistol. We're going to throw our briefcase down to the bottom of the ladder and follow it down. So this is probably the least exposed route to the crypt. We're going to use a secret passage, but to get to that secret passage we need to make our way through the larder where there are two people, and through the kitchen where there are 4 people. And we have to eliminate all of these people. You could possibly sneak past them all, but as there's no chance of a silent assassin rating for this because we've blown Sophia up in front of her guards and we've shot Zoe in front of her guards and we've killed 6 guards already, you may as well just plug them all once in the head. So once we're at the far side of the kitchen, we're going to put away our gun and we're going to duck down, exit the area around to our left, through the gate ahead of us and around the back of the procession room where the ARC member robes are being stored, and through the gate on the other side, up through the tunnel and out through the secret entrance that will lead us into the crypt, and that will get us the briefcase of Charles Dexter Ward. And now you see why I wanted to have our suit right here. So that is the best case scenario challenge pack taken care of, and once we've got our suit on, we are free to just vacate the island. So I'm going to make my way back down to the harbour. So that's all of the 1, 2, 3, 4 challenges taken care of. The 5th challenge obviously takes care of itself with the other 4 being completed. And we get ourselves what is commonly known as the home-in briefcase, because this briefcase, when thrown at people, will follow them around corners. So there you go, that is the best case scenario challenge pack taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.